Welcome Tim Opal. He's the Deputy Leader of Conservative Party. Can you just clap for him, please? We got Jasraj Singh Halan. He's the Financial Leader of Conservative Party. Can you clap for him, please? Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much. So you guys are here on the show. Can you just come over here, please? Thank you. Yes. And we have Pierre, the leader of the Conservative Party, is all here. Can you clap for him, guys? Thank you. Keep on clapping. This guy is one who is responsible that we are able to get this deputation stayed, because the voice for the Punjabi students and the parliament, he put Justin Trudeau under the pressure that he has to put a stay on the deputation of Lovepreet Singh. Thanks to Pierre Poilievre. Thank you very much. So I'm gonna make Lovepreet gonna hold the mic, and you're gonna deal with Mr. Pierre Poilievre, and Pierre Poilievre, you're gonna make you are the host today. We are not. Okay?
Take this one too. Here. So my name is Lovepreet Singh, first of all. So I was a person who's gonna go deported on 13 June. So I just want to thank two conservative leaders who bring this issue in the parliament. So on behalf of all the international students, please give a big round of applause to all the conservative leaders, because they are the ones who bring this issue in the parliament. Thank you so much, sir. And I just want to welcome Sarjit Singh. They can take over. Thank you.
Sat Sri Akal ji sarean nu. Good afternoon, everyone. I really want to thank you all, guys, to being here and taking this issue up for our future, for students, for international students. They are part of us. ਉਹ ਸਾਡਾ ਹੀ ਪਾਰਟ ਆ। ਜਦੋਂ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਤੋਂ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਤੋਂ ਜਾਂ ਕਿਤੇ ਵੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਮਾਈਗ੍ਰੇਟ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ, ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਲੱਭਦੇ ਆ, ਪਰ ਇਹ ਬੱਚੇ ਸਾਡਾ ਫਿਊਚਰ ਨੇ ਔਰ will have to stand with them always, today, tomorrow. So Pierre Poilievre is a leader of Conservative Party. He wants to restore Canada's promise. He will fight for Canada that rewards the hard work. He will put Canadians back in control of their lives. He will stop the out of control inflationary spending that has made life unaffordable. He will restore the safe street. So please join me in a welcoming of our next Prime Minister, Pierre Poilievre.
Thank you very much. Waheguru ji ka khalsa, Waheguru ji ki fateh. Sat Sri Akal, namaste. Thank you all for being here today. I'm honored to be joined by my deputy leader, Tim Uppalji, deputy leader of the Conservative Party, and the shadow minister of finance, Jasraj Halanji, excuse me. Ladies and gentlemen, what we are seeing right now is a great injustice. We're seeing 700 honest, decent students being kicked out of our country, sent home to despair, penniless. Many of their families will be bankrupted by this failure of the Trudeau government. Let's realize how we got into this mess in the first place. These students were victims of fraud artists who gave them fraudulent admission letters. The students gave the letters to the Trudeau government. The Trudeau government accepted the letters, said the letters were fine. All they had to do, the government could have verified the letters on the front end and said that they were problematic, told the students to get better, accurate, real admission letters in the beginning. And then we wouldn't be in this mess here today. And then 4 years later, they come along and say that that the Trudeau government is going to kick the students out of Canada. The solution is obvious. End the deportations, allow everyone who applied honestly but who was defrauded to continue to keep their work or study permit, and allow them to apply just like everyone else to become permanent residents. That's what I'm calling for. Stop the deportations. Listen, we have a worker shortage in Canada. We have a demographic problem. Our population is too old. We need 700 young people. We need 700 young people to work in our factories, in our hospitals, in our shopping centers, driving truck, being accountants, lawyers, doctors. We need these workers in our country. It makes no sense for Canada to send them back when they could stay here and earn powerful paychecks and raise their families in peace. So, shame on Justin Trudeau for trying to deport these wonderful students. Stop the deportations. Keep the students here. Allow them to apply just like everyone else for permanent residency. The Conservatives will continue to fight for the students and fight for common sense and compassion to end these deportations. Yes. My friends, everything feels broken in Canada today. After 8 years of Trudeau, costs of living is rising. Work doesn't pay. Housing costs have doubled. Crime, chaos, drugs, and disorder reign in our streets, and our government is attacking our freedom. But we're going to turn the hurt that Trudeau has caused into the hope that Canadians need. We're going to do this by making this a country that works for the people who do the work. We'll bring home lower prices by ending the Liberal carbon tax to lower gas, heat, and groceries, and by getting rid of the inflationary deficits to lower interest rates and inflation. We'll bring home powerful paychecks with lower income taxes that reward hard work, and by bringing in a Blue Seal exam so immigrant doctors and nurses can take a test and get to work in their profession. We will bring homes people can afford by removing the bureaucratic gatekeepers to free up land, speed up permits, and build new homes for our people to live in. And we will bring home safety with jail, not bail. Jail, not bail, for repeat violent offenders. The repeat violent offenders who are terrorizing our communities should be in jail. We will ban hard drugs like heroin, crack, cocaine, and instead we will give treatment and recovery to people suffering from addiction to bring home our loved ones drug-free. And we'll bring home our freedom by giving respect and also protecting all international students, not just those who are being deported, but our students are being preyed upon by corrupt landlords, consultants, and other shady operators. Many are being forced into a life of drugs, and we're seeing some of the students go back in body bags to India. This is Canada. This is not the country we know and love. We're going to crack down on the shady consultants and protect the rights of international students so that they are no longer exploited in our country. We will protect the freedom of every Canadian. I dream of a Canada once again, where it doesn't matter where you come from, it matters where you're going. It doesn't matter who you know, it matters what you can do. Where it doesn't matter if your name is Chang or Charles, Smith or Singh, Poilievre or Patel. If you're prepared to work hard, follow the law, you should be able to fulfill the Canadian dream, the Canadian promise that brought every single one of us here today. That is my dream. That is my purpose. So thank you very much for being part of this incredible opportunity. We're going to restore the common sense of the common people, united for our common home. Your home, my home, our home. Let's bring it home. Bole Sondiha. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Thank you so much, Pierre. Poilievre standing very tall with us, even though दो बारी अपने ना डट के इन्होंने पार्लीमेंट ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਖੜੇ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ ਔਰ ਫਸਟ ਟਾਈਮ ਆਪੋਜੀਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਲੀਡਰ ਇੰਨੀ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਵੇਖੇ ਗਏ ਨੇ ਔਰ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਪੀਅਰ ਪੋਲੀਐਵਰ। ਸਾਡੇ ਡਿਪਟੀ ਲੀਡਰ ਟਿਮ ਉੱਪਲ ਜੀ ਆਏ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ ਐਡਮਿੰਟਨ ਮਿਲਵੁੱਡ ਤੋਂ ਐਮਪੀ ਨੇ, ਨਾਲ ਜਸਰਾਜ ਸਿੰਘ ਹੱਲਨ ਜੀ ਔਰ ਸਾਡੀ ਸ਼ਾਨ ਆ ਸਾਡੀ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਦੀ ਪੀਅਰ ਪੋਲੀਐਵਰ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਆਏ ਨੇ, ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਵੀ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਆ। ਸੋ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਟਿਮ ਉੱਪਲ ਭਾਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਕਵਾਂਗੇ 2 ਮਿੰਟ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਂਝ ਪਾਉਣ ਔਰ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਤੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਵਰਕਆਊਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ। ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਜੀ।
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Thank you very much, Pierre. We appreciate what you've done on this issue. ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਅੱਜ Dan Muse, Member of Parliament ਵੀ ਆਏ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ, ਇੱਥੇ ਸਾਡੇ local Member of Parliament ਨੇ। ਦੇਖੋ ਜੀ, ਇਹ ਕਾਫੀ ਚਿਰ ਤੋਂ ਕੰਜ਼ਰਵੇਟਿਵ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਵਾਲੇ ਮੈਂਬਰਸ ਇਹ ਇਸ਼ੂ ਨੂੰ ਰੇਜ਼ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ, ਬਿਕਾਜ਼ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਵੀ ਹੁਣ ਪੀਅਰ ਨੇ ਇਹੀ ਕਿਹਾ ਵਾ ਵੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟਾਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਆਪ ਦਾ ਕੋਈ ਕਸੂਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀ। ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਕਹਿ ਲਓ ਵੀ ਫਰੋਡਲੈਂਟ ਇਮੀਗ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਕੰਸਲਟੈਂਟ ਨੇ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਗਲਤ ਚਿੱਠੀਆਂ ਦਿੱਤੀਆਂ ਨੇ। ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਗਲਤ ਚਿੱਠੀਆਂ ਜਸਟਿਨ ਟਰੂਡੋ ਤੇ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਨੂੰ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਗਈ ਆ, ਜਸਟਿਨ ਟਰੂਡੋ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਨੇ ਉਸ ਚੀਜ਼ ਨੂੰ ਅਪਰੂਵ ਕੀਤੇ ਆ, ਜਸਟਿਨ ਟਰੂਡੋ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਨੇ ਵੀਜ਼ਾ ਦਿੱਤੇ ਨੇ, ਤੇ ਹੁਣ 2-3 ਸਾਲ ਬਾਅਦ 'ਚ ਹੁਣ ਉਹੀ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਵੀ ਇੱਥੇ ਡਿਪੋਰਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਹੋਣੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਆ। ਇਹ ਗਲਤ ਗੱਲ ਆ। 5 ਸਾਲ ਬਾਅਦ 5 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿੰਨਾ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਰੂਟਸ ਬਣਦੇ ਨੇ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਟੈਕਸ ਪੇ ਕਰਨ ਲੱਗ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹੋ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੱਥੋਂ ਦੇ ਰੂਲਸ ਦੇ ਹਿਸਾਬ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਵਧੀਆ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਹੋ, ਇਸ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਦੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਕੰਟਰੀ ਦੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਫਿਊਚਰ ਬਣ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹੋ, ਤੇ ਹੁਣ ਜਸਟਿਨ ਟਰੂਡੋ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਵੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਡਿਪੋਰਟ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਆ। ਇਹ ਗਲਤ ਗੱਲ ਆ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵਿਕਟਮਸ ਨੇ, ਅਸੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਹੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਖੜੇ ਆ, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਮੋਢੇ ਲਾ ਕੇ ਖੜੇ ਆ। ਪੀਅਰ ਪੋਲੀਐਵ ਹਾਊਸ ਆਫ ਕਾਮਨਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਐਜ਼ ਅ ਅਫੀਸ਼ੀਅਲ ਆਪੋਜੀਸ਼ਨ ਲੀਡਰ ਨੇ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲੀ ਜਸਟਿਨ ਟਰੂਡੋ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਵੀ ਪੁੱਛਿਆ ਸੀਗਾ ਵੀ ਇਹ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਡਿਪੋਰਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਕਦੋਂ ਬੰਦ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ। ਸੋ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਪ੍ਰੈਸ਼ਰ ਆਨ ਰੱਖਾਂਗੇ। ਸਾਡੇ ਆਫਿਸਿਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕਈਆਂ ਦੀ ਫਾਈਲਾਂ ਵੀ ਪਹੁੰਚੀ ਹੋਈਆਂ, ਜਸਰਾਜ ਦੇ ਆਫਿਸ ਵੀ ਕੁਝ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ, ਮੇਰੇ ਕੋਲੇ ਵੀ ਆ, ਹੋਰ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੰਸਰਵੇਟਿਵ ਮੈਂਬਰ ਆਫ ਪਾਰਲੀਮੈਂਟ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਫਿਸ ਫਾਈਲਾਂ ਪਹੁੰਚੀ ਹੋਈਆਂ। ਇਸ ਚੀਜ਼ 'ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਵਰਕ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ, ਤੇ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਚਿਰ ਤੱਕ ਸਾਰੇ ਡਿਪੋਰਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਮੁੱਕਦੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਚਿਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਜਸਟਿਨ ਟਰੂਡੋ ਤੇ ਪ੍ਰੈਸ਼ਰ ਰੱਖਾਂਗੇ। ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ। ਮੈਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਕੁਝ ਟਾਈਮ ਤੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਟੈਸਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ, ਦਿਨ ਰਾਤ ਇੱਥੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ। ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਵੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਕਰਦਾ ਵੀ ਬੜੇ ਵਧੀਆ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਪੀਸਫੁਲੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਦੀ ਇੰਨੀ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਉਠਾਈ ਆ। ਕੋਈ ਕੱਲੇ ਕੋਨੇ ਤੋਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਥੇ ਲੀਡਰ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਆ ਕੇ ਮਿਲ ਕੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ। ਸੋ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ ਦੀ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਰਿਸਪੈਕਟ ਕਰਦਾ। ਆਮ ਨਹੀਂਗਾ ਵੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆਪੋਜੀਸ਼ਨ ਲੀਡਰ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਆ ਕੇ ਗਏ ਨੇ, ਆਮ ਪ੍ਰੋਟੈਸਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਹੁੰਚਦੇ, ਪਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਆਪਦੀ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਉਠਾ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ। ਸੋ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਵੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਖੜੇ ਹਾਂ, ਤੇ ਉਮੀਦ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਵੀ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਸਾਡੀ ਜਸਟਿਨ ਟਰੂਡੋ ਸਾਡੀ ਗੱਲ ਸੁਣੂਗਾ, ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਸਾਰੇ ਡਿਪੋਰਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਦੇ ਵੀ ਹੈਗੇ ਕੈਂਸਲ ਕਰਨਗੇ, ਤੇ ਵਧੀਆ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵੀ ਕੋਈ ਇਸ਼ੂਜ਼ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਪ੍ਰੈਜ਼ੈਂਟ ਕੀਤੇ ਜਾਵੇ, ਤੇ ਜਿਹਨੇ ਵੀ ਵਧੀਆ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਇੱਥੇ ਪਹੁੰਚੇ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਆਪਰਚੁਨਿਟੀ ਕ੍ਰੀਏਟ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਆਪਦੀ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਵਾਸਤੇ, ਇੱਥੇ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਰੇਸ ਕਰਦੇ। ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਮੀਗ੍ਰੇਟਸ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਆ, ਜਿਵੇਂ ਪੀਅਰ ਪੋਲੀਐਵ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਵਾ ਵੀ ਇੱਥੇ ਤਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਲੋੜ ਆ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਤੇ ਇਹ ਤੋਂ ਵਧੀਆ ਕੀ ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ ਵੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟ ਇੱਥੇ ਆ ਕੇ ਪੜ੍ਹਦੇ ਆ, ਇੱਥੇ ਆਪਦੇ ਰੂਟਸ ਕਨੈਕਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ, ਇੱਥੇ ਆ ਕੇ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਨ ਲੱਗਦੇ ਨੇ, ਇੱਥੇ ਫੈਮਿਲੀਜ਼ ਰੇਸ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਉਹ ਤੋਂ ਬੈਟਰ ਕੋਈ ਇਮੀਗ੍ਰੇਟ ਤਾਂ ਕੋਈ ਹੋ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕਦਾ। ਉਹੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ। ਸੋ ਇਟਸ ਬੈਸਟ ਵੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਹੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਖੜੇ ਆ। ਸੋ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਵੈਰੀ ਮਚ ਜੀ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।
Honorable Member of Parliament and Leader of Opposition, Pierre Poilievre. First of all, thank you for coming down over here. Now, the issue over here is that there's in the Parliament, your party raises a very important concern, and that's about the corporate greed. This is a perfect example of corporate greed. Colleges and institutions, educational institutions in Canada, the ones that are DLI. Now, there's another issue that's separate, but the issue over here is that they hire consultants who are not licensed to practice in IRCC. They cannot submit the immigration applications in the IRCC, but the colleges have hired them directly. Now, if an investigation happens in this regard, this is going to be a billion-dollar industry that's going to be targeted. It's going to be the big fishes that are going to be targeted. That's why it's easy to make these kids scapegoats, and that's exactly what's happening. If that happens, would you support that investigation?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Thank you very much.
And I didn't realize that Dan had come over, and this is another conservative member of Parliament, Dan Muse, who's been fighting for the students as well. And Bob Desange has been here every day fighting for the students, a former conservative candidate, a great future voice for our conservative party as well. Thank you very much, Bobji. Thank you. Thank you.
He has another question.
Please.
Thank you so much for coming here. My name is Lovepreet. I'm one of the victim here. So my deportation day was on 13. Thank you so much for raising this issue in the parliament, so that my deportation got postponed for now. But the question is, our demands was from day one. It was clear. The first is to give the stay on the deportation, and the second is to waive the inadmissibility, which is caused by the misrepresentation. And the third one is to give us a proper pathway so we can apply for the permanent residency. So here is the question, because it will take time to do the investigation, right? So when this investigation is going on, the students needs to take care of their survival. Will you support to give a work permit to the students until this investigation got finished?
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Well, that's the way the leaders should say yes.
Why wouldn't we? We need workers.
That's the way you should say yes. This is the way he's asking just to do it. You know, if just to do the answer, he should have given like yes and no. So this is a leader who knows how to say it. So leader, we got a question. The last third question for you. What solutions does the opposition propose to fix the completely broken the international recruitment system that exploits the international students?
When they come to power.
Thank you. So first of all they need in this particular case, all they needed to do was verify the letters at the beginning. They just need Immigration Canada just needed to pick up the letter, say this is a letter that's from the XYZ educational institution. Let's check if the XYZ institution is real, and if it is, let's call them and confirm that they wrote this letter. And if they didn't, you contact the student applicant and say, listen, you have a fraudulent letter. You need to get a new letter. You need to get a real letter. And by the way, fire your consultant who wrote you this letter. If they had done that at the front end 4 years ago, we would not have been in this trouble. This is a very simple upfront verification that could have saved all this trouble from the very beginning. But because the government screwed up, now they're blaming the students. This government accepted the letters, right? It was their decision. So, secondly, we need to crack down with tougher laws that punish those who crooked immigration and international student consultants, the consultants who do these scams. And if those scam artists are in other countries, well, we can ensure that anyone who knowingly deals with them can be prosecuted here in Canada. And that's a way we can crack down on the corruption to protect against the exploitation of the students. Thank you.
Unfortunately, these are the educational institutions. How more the educational institutions can be educated on the factor that they should not be dealing with people who are not licensed under the Act of Parliament passed by House of Commons, IRPA and
Yes.
IRPER.
Absolutely. The educational institution should only be using and working with consultants that have licenses recognized by the government. That would have rooted out this problem. Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming here. So it's not only Lovepreet. So we are 18 students here who are victims. So yeah, all are here.
18 ऊपर आओ भी सारे गया पुलिस गो गो या